What's the word? Tiger!
If I quit your realm, I still rap with sages home. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Skyhawk Sports Talk here at the Level Up Arcade Bar at Woodfire Pizza Kitchen. Gregory here with Chris Brinkley for yet another episode. And Chris, what a week it was!
Oh my goodness,
UT Martin Athletics.
Yeah, and we got a big crowd here tonight.
Yeah, we do. Have a lot to talk about. Getting into now this week in Skyhawk Athletics. Golf right now, Monday through Tuesday at the SIUE Dolnick Invitational at Gateway National in Madison, Illinois. And then Rifle, they have their season opener at Murray State at 9 a.m. on Sunday. Soccer will play the SEMO Redhawks in Cape Girardeau at 2 p.m. on ESPN+. Volleyball home opener tomorrow night against Little Rock. Tuesday night at 6 p.m. on ESPN+. Thursday they'll be at Lindenwood at 6 p.m. on ESPN+. And Friday also at Lindenwood at 6. Equestrian has their season opener Friday at South Dakota State. And then Saturday versus Minnesota Crookston in Brookings, South Dakota. And football will be at Lindenwood at 1 p.m. ESPN Plus and Skyhawk Sports Network. Make sure to tune in with us. Chris, let's go ahead and get to it.
Let's do it. We'll be back in a moment and get things rolling. Who's our first guest?
Jason Simpson.
Oh, it's going to be a good one.
I've got a good / bad feeling about this. Keep it right here at Skyhawk Sports Talk.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.
We're back here at Skyhawk Sports Talk at Woodfire Pizza Kitchen at the Level Up Arcade Bar. Gregory, Chris Brinkley. Now joining us, head coach of the UT Martin football team, Jason Simpson, after UT Martin opens up OVC Big South play with a 34-10 victory over Southeast Missouri. A crowd of over 6,700 fans on hand to see that win. They were awesome all night, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Hey, well, thank you. It took us a month to get there, but very pleased with the coaches. They did a great job, and the players. Just real proud for them and the way they played. And I'm a little distracted though. We're orange. We're not salmon. we're orange, not salmon color. For anybody, if you can see that out there, we're more orange, but it's what it looks like. I don't know if it's the light or what it is.
I've missed you so much, Coach.
I'm going to say this. You said earlier that based on how we play is the level you're going to pick on Davis. And let me just say, he should have worn full gear.
Tonight.
That's right.
He's in trouble.
Oh, my goodness.
But now, hey, first of all, I want to tell, Kurt and his staff and just everybody that had something to do with that crowd. I've been here 20 years, obviously. And that crowd ranks up there. It just was a good vibe. I mean, I know we had our staff did a great job getting a lot of recruits there and their families. I mean, that was probably around 600 people we think estimated came with that group. It was AOPI dad, so appreciate Emma and her sorority and their families that were there, and then all the other Skyhawk fans. But just really great energy, man. And Clint Dammer and those guys in the pod areas down there, that brings environment to us. And, to score on the first play and to get the energy that we needed, that's what we're used to. And so, like I said, it was just a great night.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get right to it. That first play, you decide to take the ball when you win the coin toss. Yeah. And first play, I mean, you wanted to go for right there, a sucker punch right to the face.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Bryce. I mean, you've seen every play we played. Bryce has been getting open and making those type of plays, and he's fast and he runs those double move routes really well, and Jace throws them well. And they almost made a good play on it. That guy came from the line of scrimmage. That was the nickel down on the tight end, and when he felt the play action, he turned and ran. And instead of having, just one-on-one, it almost became 2-on-1, and they ran into each other. So great concentration by Bryce. And so anyways, some things went our way, and that was great. But Bryce gives us the opportunity to make some big plays down the field. And we've been talking about that, right? I mean, we made one against UTEP, but, explosive plays, however you can get them are just so important.
Yeah, and then getting an interception right after that.
Two plays after that.
Right, and then being able to score. You're up 14-0. I know adrenaline is so high, and football is a game of ups and downs.
It is.
But how were you able to then? I know that there was a moment there where 3 drives where their defense started playing some good football.
Right.
But how did you get your team back on track and say, hey, yeah, good adrenaline shot at the start of the game, but let's play composed football here and let's keep this going and let's get this ball in the end zone?
Well, I mean, to SEMO's credit, they started after we scored the first time, then they kind of changed their defense and said, okay, we're going to, they're going to play a lot of man coverage and load the box up and so we had to adjust some things. There was a lot of things, that they hadn't done that up to that point, so once you, drive 1, drive 2, then you say, okay, this is what they're committed to. Then we kind of found our niche, and sometimes you have to get off the play call sheet, a little bit. You can't always chase ghosts during the week when you game plan, what if, but if you've done it long enough, right, you have to have some experience, and Kevin Bannon and Danny and those guys do a good job for us. Yeah, okay, this is what they've settled on. Okay, we got to do things that even though we didn't practice them a bunch, right, this is what they forced us to do because they've kind of drawn a line in the sand and said, okay, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to do this. And we were able to do that and control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a balanced attack. And I want to go to a moment then that second quarter, about midway. Your offensive line, Boss Hog started moving people. That was very impressive. At that point in time, the game really changed. Tommy started to break some runs, Jace with the quarterback design runs, and it started to own that line of scrimmage and push them back.
Well, 2 things. One, I guess it was 14-7, right, because they went down and scored. But our defense, didn't allow any more points, okay? So that allows you sometimes to find yourself on offense. And we were able to do that, and then all of a sudden, then you get that 21-7. Is that what it was at half? 21-7.
21-7.
Yeah, 21-7 and stuff. But no, once we settled in of what, okay, this is how this game is fixing to go, and if we control the line of scrimmage, we're fixing to have a good day, and then we're able to do that.
They also, what you were talking about the flexibility and the calling based on what they do. They had 2 unfortunate injuries at quarterback, so they're playing a quarterback you probably hadn't scouted a whole lot. But they change what they're doing, so do you change what you do too?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, you have to, from the standpoint of, their another quarterback comes in, one guy runs a little bit, better, so that can affect your calls. Players have to be aware of that as well. One guy can be a scrambler, one guy, more of a drop back guy. But yeah, no, things change throughout the game, and
I thought that was a big turning point in the game.
Well, you know what? If you go to the bigger schools, a lot of times when you're in warm-ups, you'll when you go to warm-up, let's say when we played Oklahoma State, they had like 10 guys, or maybe not 10, but at least 8 standing there watching us warm up, making sure that the numbers of the guys on our 2 deep are actually there, and how they're moving around, and they check it off to make sure their personnels are right when we start subbing guys in and out of the game and stuff. So no, it is a part of it, but unfortunate the quarterback got knocked out. I hope he's okay. The second quarterback, it was kind of just an unfortunate thing. Nobody hit him. He just kind of stepped wrong or whatever, and it got him to the third. But I'd like to think we'd be okay. I can't wait though. I'm gonna rag on Tuke tomorrow in the OVC things. And first of all, Tuke's I consider him a good friend, and I respect him. And anytime we can compete against him, I know we've got to be ready to play because his teams are good. I didn't hear it, but somebody told me that he made a comment about, making sure his guys are ready to play because sometimes you come to Martin and the environment's not, make sure you guys are ready to go.
It's not exciting enough.
Yeah.
I'll paraphrase it.
So I don't know I didn't hear it. I don't know exactly how it was said. Okay. But anyway, first of all, proud of our fans for being there, proud of the environment. So nobody's either side had an excuse not to be ready to go and play, and I was proud of our guys.
Yeah, you sweep offensive and defensive. OVC Big South Player of the Week. Let's start first, Jace. He goes 15 of 22, 225 passing yards, 4 combined touchdowns, 2 through the air, 2 on the ground. Became the first Skyhawk quarterback to rush for over 100 yards since the Hall of Famer Brady Wahlberg did it a year before you became head coach on October 15th of 2005.
So in 20 years, think about it. I hadn't had a quarterback that's rushed for 100 yards. And not that we've had great runners, but, Keon Howard was a good runner. Jace is faster than Keon. I think probably Kincaid maybe had in the 60s and 50s a couple times. He was more of a scramble guy, But so no, we needed it with the structure they were playing. What we did a couple times was, basically you made Jace the tailback, and the tailback became the fullback. And you just kind of got old school power, football, it's kind of student body left or right.
Yeah.
And, and that was fun for the offensive line to see that. And, to see, Tommy gave us some energy, and like I was telling you guys last week, I really feel like he's only going to get better the more and more he plays, and who knows if that's 100 yards or not each week, but just every carry for him is these other kids have had that, carry since they were in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
And you saw, right, he's starting to see the holes. And I want to say after grading the tape, one of the coaches said he had like maybe 60-something yards after contact.
Wow.
Wow. Like I promise you don't want to get in his way.
No.
I don't.
He initiates, and I really felt he had
Yeah.
a rhythm. And your good runners have always found this rhythm at a certain spot in the game, and they're
he gets his pads down and stuff, and things he may not see yet. He's able to kind of run through them with effort and tempo of his runs and stuff. But two of the best plays I thought he had was as a blocker. For Jace when Jace ran it, and so I was telling the guys today, we've been in the games like this, and we've had a lot of them in my career here to where we were going to run it, and you still couldn't stop it, and and that's a terrible feeling as a coach. It's hard to help the players in.
I also remember when you compared Jace to John Wayne. You call him John Wayne-ish.
He's a tough guy, man.
Now, I saw it. I mean, even on that first run, he didn't speed it up. He didn't. He just went to the end zone.
No, and those are some big first down conversions for us, and he gets under his pads, and I think he felt very comfortable doing those things. We'll have to continue to get him involved in the run game more. I think that makes us hard to defend, especially in the red zone when you can play 11 on 11, instead of 10 on 11 in the run game. So, no, real proud of Jace, as well as the offensive line. I thought Bowser played outstanding at the right tackle. Josiah is such a great leader and smart. Like, if you ever see us when they bring the group to the sideline, a media timeout or something, I'm always talking to the quarterback about, hey, this play or this play, which one do you like better? Josiah's the first center I've ever had where I say, hey, Josiah, which play do you like better? I mean, really, that's what I think of him and and his mind and how he sees things with that whole offensive line.
Since one more question, since you mentioned it though, since we made the work with ESPN Plus, the media timeouts are a little bit more predictable, and there are more timeouts.
It's terrible.
I want to ask you, what's that like
It's
as
terrible.
a team? Yeah, as a coach.
It's terrible, especially when they all get butted up.
We had two in a row.
Missouri, not Missouri State, Southern Illinois. We had back-to-back twice.
Yeah, it's a bad deal. There's got to be a better way to do that. I don't have an answer for that, but sometimes when you're winning the game, it's to your disadvantage because it allows the other team time to make adjustments, to not be so fatigued. It's all the luck of the draw. I mean, there's strategy in there that you can't plan for, and so no, I don't. If we're not I don't know how much money anybody's making off that. I don't know, but
Has it changed the way you manage your timeouts?
Well, you always know that hey, one's coming, but no, we're gonna take them if you need them because normally, right, you're using them when the play clock's about to get you, So it's not like basketball where
Weird thing though, there have been some quarters when almost all of them were used early, like in the first 2 or 3 minutes.
That's the best days.
You like those?
I'd rather them be gone.
Okay,
and then you're kind of staying in the flow of a real game because then you still got the 2 minute, at the second and fourth quarter, But anyway, I tell you, I know it's probably answering your question before you even ask it. Defensively, Keyshawn got after the quarterback. I think, he had 2 sacks, and he's just disruptive. He really is. I don't care who we're playing. He can really just kind of contort and bend his body, and he's got, plays a really good effort and stuff. Sometimes we have to make sure that he still does his job first and stays in his gap because a lot of times he kind of want to see ball, get ball, and he's very relentless and makes some plays doing that. Jacob Stevens was another player of the week for us. Was Keyshawn within our own team. I think he had 8 tackles. 3 pass breakups and an interception. I thought he was outstanding. The linebackers were better this week. Shamari, that was his best game as a Skyhawk. I was real proud, for him. When we play that kind of defense and Josh Hastings, who's a good player, only has to make 3 tackles and we can still hold people under 250 yards, then everybody else was playing well.
Yeah, 5 sacks on the day, and Shamar, you said it, 2 TFLs and 1.5 sacks. Felt like he was everywhere on every single play. And for a guy that has waited a long time to be able to come in there and play some big-time snaps, he's making the most of it right now.
No, he is. And like I said, him and Bryce are guys, even though Shamari's been here for 5 years, really it's his 6th year, and it probably felt like in high school again for him and stuff. But we had other players that, were ahead of him. And so, but glad he's making some memories of his own.
Yep. Now, going into that middle 8 and the importance of winning that. At 21-7, SEMO ball, 3:27 left in that first half. You get the stop. You get the ball back, attempt that long field goal before you go into the locker room. Then they get the ball coming out of the second half. They could cut it down to 1 possession. You get them to go 3 and out, and then you get 3 up the lead to 17, and from there on out, it was in cruise control.
No, that was it. You're right. People, the cool term now is the middle 8. We used to just say, the first 5 minutes after halftime, however you want to say it. But no, it was crucial. You need to control it then. Cade he's made a 54, 56-yarder in practice before. You felt like he had maybe a better chance than just one play to throw it in the end zone, So that's why we let him try it. I don't think I think he got laces there. I'm not real sure, so the ball didn't come out as good as I've seen it come out off his foot. But no, that made a huge difference, and then we just kept getting stops and moving the football, and you felt, you never feel secure, but once we got in that fourth quarter, I felt very good about our football team.
It had some swag on with the new Navy helmets.
How about that?
First time since 2008 you changed them. Yeah, I loved them. They're great.
Kurt, for years, our athletic director, has been talking to me about blue helmets, and I've kind of resisted a little bit because I do like the traditional look. But after the month of September that we had, let's try something.
We'll go with anything.
Yeah.
But
I thought
as long as it's not this color.
And here, we don't wear salmon. Okay, but I tell you what, I had not seen the helmets during the week. I mean, this summer I'd seen them, but I don't know if I realized this week I had approved to wear them. Okay, and so I had a bunch of recruits in, so I was visiting with them. So I didn't get out to pregame until, like 10 minutes into, before we come in. And that was the first time I had seen them, and I was like, "Hey, that looks pretty good." They're all blue. I liked it.
Let's talk. Most people don't see behind the scenes. Getting all new helmets is not an easy thing to do. What's involved?
Well, actually, those are wraps. Okay. Those are actually a molded fit that goes on those helmets. So we don't have 200 different helmets in the equipment room, right? We only have one helmet for each player, and then that's a wrap that goes on it. Now they had to put the decals on it, and it's a tedious job to take them off and get them back to the white shells. But but I was glad we did it. A little change up there, and so we'll probably wear them until until I don't think we play well.
So the rest of the season.
Yeah,
sounds good.
That'll work. That'll work.
Sounds good to me.
So after Jace's last touchdown to get that lead, pretty much, nail in the coffin, put it away. You're pretty fired up on the sideline, and then going into the locker room. That's probably the happiest I think I've seen you in a long time.
No, you're right. And, it was a reminder. I said to the coaches today, wins are hard to get. And I won't say we take them for granted, but, you lose the month of September now, you're starving, for that. It makes you appreciate it. It's a lot easier to lose games than it is to win. I will tell you that. Yeah. And but no, I just told myself I'm not going to not enjoy it. And there's been probably some times where, when you play teams you're supposed to beat, and it's more of a relief than it is a celebration. When you win. No, not after this September. I'm very excited about it. Excited for the kid, and I was really excited for the players from the standpoint of, Jacob Stevens, Josh Hastings, they're not, Josiah, they're not used to losing.
Yeah.
Okay. And, even though they kept telling themselves, okay, this is this is conference play and stuff, any human person's right saying, man, what if this doesn't go our way, So to see them smile and celebrate and to have kind of the monkey off the back, deal, and to know that they're 1-0 in conference as they go into this week. Man, it was a great feeling, and I was glad to be a part of it.
Good locker room, right? After
Oh,
the game.
man.
That was the loudest I think I've ever heard a locker room.
Once again, right? I've been a part of 100, almost 30 wins here as the head coach, right? And we've sang that song every time we've won. But it was very loud in there Saturday, and it was loud for me, and it was loud from I've seen us sing that song and get to the second stanza and it kind of running out of steam a little bit. I'm like, hey, God, But no, we had a second chorus this week.
You just let it rip.
Yeah,
you got another one in there.
I said, let's do it again. What's the word? Let's go.
And now on to this week. First trip ever to Lindenwood for the program to face the Lions. They're 2-3 right now. But their last conference game came in week 3, came back to beat Charleston Southern on the road.
Down 21-0. Yeah,
21-0. Came back to win. Their quarterback, Nate Glantz, what a
player.
Warrior he was that we saw last year. He's a great player.
Now, if you look at our game last year, we were very fortunate. The game went into overtime. And, that's probably one of those games where we're happy to win, not sure that we necessarily played well enough to deserve to win. But when you win a lot of games, there's a certain confidence that comes, with that. Maybe that's how that game went. It starts with their quarterback. And, you look at the first game, I'm not real sure how that happened, but they go play Appalachian State, 13-20, okay, obviously on the road. They play, Miami of Ohio this week, I get it. But they beat Charleston Southern and came back and they beat Stony Brook. So, the quality team on the road, a place we haven't been before, so that'll be exciting. But got to handle the travel, trying to get to 2-0, trying to win a game on the road. A lot of things at stake for us this week.
Yeah, and they lead the conference in passing yards right now.
Yeah.
Jump SEMO in that spot. Their defensive back Eric Gant, very good as well. And Coach Stugart in his now 8th season at Lindenwood. And I know that these games, first time that you all met 22 was a very competitive game. I don't think played them in 23. And then this past season coming down to the wire there at the end. So there have been some competitive games.
The first one, I think they scored a couple late, but we got after them pretty good. And then last year they came to play. It's where they're located. They should have good recruiting. I've seen their facilities on video. They look nice. So. I think they'll only continue to get better as a program. So we're relatively in one piece. I think Armani got hurt on that one carry, so probably without him, but we'll get Gentry back this week, so that'll help the depth of the running back spot. And so ready to go to practice tonight.
Pretty good weekend for the Simpson family, right?
Yes. You know what? Yeah. We are definitely Jesus blessed. Finally I held up my team, in the bargain. But the Westview game Friday night was great. It was fun to see Graham and his teammates play, and then we get the win. And I'm finishing up the Bama game on my phone while I'm trying to visit with recruits and their families that were there after our game. But no, that was great. Julie and Emma and Graham got to go, and glad they were there for Ty. And what a great memory for Ty to be a part of that. And be at home this week, college game day, right? Bandy coming in there. So, I won't be – I think they play at 2 something, somebody told me. So we'll be probably in the second half of our game. So maybe we'll get a win.
It's a good problem to have.
Well, you know what? It is. It is. And like I said, very, very blessed to be a part of that.
Yeah, well, Coach, you got your pizza waiting on you.
Thank you.
Are we going to let him ask Kurt a question?
Oh yeah, you get to ask the next guest a question, and it's Kurt.
It's Kurt.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
So anything you want to ask?
Oh, golly, I don't know.
We'll ask him.
Okay, so I say leave it with y'all, and y'all ask him.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Let's see. When or first of all, what's the schedule look like for next year?
That's great.
He'll laugh when you hear that. I know we do have Memphis and West Virginia, but I can't remember who the non-conference games are.
Okay.
And
that's a good one.
Yeah, and an indoor. We would.
Oh, an
be
indoor
great.
facility.
An indoor
Right, so
facility, okay.
you heard that an indoor project was underway.
we'll do something like that.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk Podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.
Welcome back to Skyhawk Sports Talk here at Woodfire Pizza Kitchen at Level Up Arcade Bar. Davis Gregory here with Chris Brinkley. Now joining us from the UT Martin Equestrian Team, Elise Mason, Jr. from Olympia, Washington. Thanks so much for joining us today. You got a great reception. Oh, my
Yes.
goodness. Oh, thanks so much for joining us here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So
So
competing
you're
in
the
raining-
reason we have this big crowd tonight.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah, exactly. That's what
Only
it
a
is.
couple of people.
Oh yeah. They're trying to be humble about it and everything. Well, we're really here. The ring.
The
You brought
ring.
the ring.
I
Yeah,
brought the
show
infamous
the
ring.
camera the ring because we talked about it.
Yay.
That's beautiful.
So got
Yes.
these on Saturday.
Yes, we did.
Walk us through the details.
Okay, so it has some of our 3 main words that we used last year, which was selfless, hardworking, and supportive. Then it has 8 orange diamonds to represent the 8 seniors that graduated. Obviously, it says conference champions. We have to have our Skyhawk head. Every single one of them has our name on the side, then ECAC, and yeah.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. Well, what was your reaction when you saw them?
Oh, I was so excited. The light, the
In the
box
box?
lights
The
up.
box,
It's
yep.
super cool. It was awesome.
Did you all open them at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, very
yep,
cool.
Yep. We had our blue and orange scrimmage this last weekend, so that was really fun. And the alumni that graduated came back and helped us out, and that was really cool. And to get their feedback on our new squad this year.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, later in the evening, we had a pre-tailgate ring ceremony, and we all opened them up together. And then we got to walk out onto the football field, and it was really cool. It was special.
Let's get first. The scrimmage, and then having everybody back. How great was it to see your seniors, and then
Oh my gosh.
also have them come and watch this new team compete and
Yes.
get their opinion on everything?
It was amazing. I really enjoyed every second of it. I'm really excited for the new squad that we have. We have a lot of depth and amazing talent that came in, and with transfers, with the freshmen, with the girls that were still here, but we have big shoes to fill after that class that just graduated. So I'm really excited to see what we can do, and getting their feedback was extremely helpful, and yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, and you one of the main leaders coming back, a returning
Yes.
All-American
Yes.
for this team, and this is a group now where you're the defending champs. There's going to be a target now on your
Yes.
back when you go out there. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, it puts fire in my belly, and especially
nice.
after getting the ring and seeing it in person for the first time, it just kind of was like that kicker, oh, I really want to go for another
I want one more.
I want one more.
I want 2 more, 3 more.
Yeah,
Yeah, give me as
yep.
many as I can get right now.
Exactly. So it really kind of put a little, let's
Yeah.
go.
No, really, though,
let's go.
where we were at one time, I don't know if we got the respect from the rest of the country. Do you feel like we're starting to get more respect now?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how do you see that? Yeah.
I see that in how we were at nationals. Everybody respected our horses. They're like, wow, you guys took great care of these. These are great, amazing horses that you brought for us to use at nationals. And I feel like us taking that next step into going into that pen, and let alone riding strong in every single ride that went out there, and everybody that was also there that wasn't in the pen, everybody on the team was out there being represented by all of us riding, and it was really amazing. I felt like we were meant to be there, and a lot of teams were congratulating us on being there, and
Awesome.
that was really special.
Because we've always had that respect here and known what
Yeah.
you're doing. It's good to be recognized at a bigger level.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was amazing. It was a trip I'll never forget. It was a blast. Ocala was beautiful. The World Equestrian Center is a dream place for people to compete, and I'm all the way from the Northwest, so I've never
Yeah.
been there, and it was really cool to finally go, and let alone go with my team.
And seeing some of
Yeah.
the pictures and all the things that they had, it was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
The
I mean, it
arenas
was-
are phenomenal.
it's
I
like a
know that doesn't
mansion.
make sense. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
had a jumbotron and everything.
Yeah.
It was first class. It was
was.
really good.
It really was.
You compete in reining.
Yes.
Tell it for the people that don't know what reining is and haven't come to a question. Can you explain what your role is? What reining is?
Yes. Okay, so reining is one of the Western events. There are 2 Western events. We have horsemanship and reining, obviously, and then with that, you kind of show the differentiation in speed. So, we'll do a large fast circle and come down to a small slow and do a flying lead change or a simple lead change. It depends on the horse that you get in the draw, and do that the other way. And then we do sliding stops, spins. I call it a little bit more of a faster version, a little bit more fun than horsemanship, and it's really enjoyable. I love it.
Yeah, and you all had a squad last year in
Yes.
reining. What did you learn from them in your sophomore season with Logan Pavinsky, Aubrey Malone, Kate Davis, all of that?
Yes.
What did you learn from them?
Oh my gosh, I learned a lot from them. They were just very fearless, and they'd always just go out and ride what they had, and that's really what I learned from them. Just go out there and just have fun, do what you can do on the horse that you get. You know, they're college horses, like, and it's a different brain. It's an uncontrollable part of our sport is the horse that you get put on in that draw, and I really learned from them just to go out there and do what you know what to do. And
for those who don't understand that process, the horse that you get, meaning you draw a horse, and you have how much time with this horse?
We only, so like when we're on away horses, we only have 4 minutes on that horse.
What do you do with that 4 minutes?
Oh, so it kind of depends on the horse that you get. If you get a hot, spicy one, I personally like to be super quiet. I like my 4 minutes to be their deep breath. That hey, I'm not gonna make you any more upset than you already are. Like, please don't run away with me. Or like ones that I feel like are more in between, more calm. Ones that need a little bit more pushing, I will go out and I'll use my 4 minutes to push and find their buttons and yeah.
Have you ever had a connection with a horse on the road where you're like, I wish I had this horse?
Yes, there
Really?
was the one horse that stands out to me the most is one at South Dakota, and we're going there next weekend named Lucy. I loved that horse. And then there was another one at Delaware named Baby. One of my favorite rides because she was a horsemanship horse and she got put into the reining that meet. I loved her.
Oh,
I had so much fun on her.
But you can't stay in touch after that, right?
No. Well, like I know a couple of girls on the other team, so it's kind of fun to get updates on the horses through them. Yeah.
Can I get them again in the draw? Is there any way that can happen?
Can we like slide it in?
Oh, shuffle that. Oh no, look. Oh my gosh.
Is it even legal? Could you send horse treats to that horse just as a thank you, or is that illegal?
No, sometimes like we had one mom, Kate Davis's mom, would always bring bags of carrots because she was a school teacher, and so the little kids didn't want to eat the little bags of carrots. So like we have a huge bag of carrots now because they came back in for the ring ceremony and brought the carrots again, and we'll bring treats for them and love on them and take pictures. And
how many of these carrots were not eaten by these kids? That had to be a lot of carrots.
Oh, it's a big bag. It's like a garbage bag.
I have another question. Yeah, this may be the dumbest question I've ever asked.
That's okay.
Most athletes with a pregame meal, like it's a balance of carbs and protein, and you do it a certain amount of time. With the horses, do they eat? Do they have sweet feed? What do you feed them? And is there a certain time before the competition that they should eat?
So usually they all get fed in the morning and evening, depending on like it kind of varies for the horse, but they don't get like any. Sometimes we'll give them like electrolytes if it's really hot out, keep them hydrated. Doesn't really matter.
You have to convince them to drink that, or do they?
It's kind of like you put it in a little like tube kind of thing. You put it up in their mouth.
It's like horse Gatorade.
Yeah, it's kind of like horse Gatorade. That's a great way to describe it. Yeah. So we'll do that for them sometimes, but otherwise they have their food that they always get. They usually get fed at like 5:30 in the morning, and then they get fed around like 5 in the evening, and
So they stay in their same routine.
They stay in their exact same routine. We just move them from one place to the other.
Even on competition day. Okay.
Yeah, even on competition day.
Davis is the same way, right, Davis?
I am. Wait.
Very routine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have to have the same steps every single morning. Bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning. Gotta get to the right spot at the right time.
That's why you're so good at what you do.
Not really. You're just trying to gas me up, Chris, in front of this big crowd. What is wrong with you? We're supposed to hype up Elise.
Okay.
That's
do
what
you have a pregame routine? Do you have a pre-competition routine?
I do. I always watch videos of me competing pre-college on my horse that I have at home. I watch videos of me on her, and I'll listen to my like hype up music. But before I go in, I usually have a routine of walking on the horse that I'm on and praying and saying, "Let go and let God, audience of one. I'm riding for you." And I like to turn my rides into glorifying the Lord, and because He's the one who gave me the opportunities and the talents to be out there. So that's how I call my mind.
That's a beautiful answer.
Yeah.
What's your pregame song?
It's not very Christian, even though I was just talking about the Lord, but
it's probably clean on the playlist. We'll just say that.
"Humble" by Kendrick Lamar is my go-to song.
Okay.
I think the Lord would approve. I think
it's okay.
Sure, why not? We'll just
I don't know.
We'll just say it. Why not? How long have you been riding?
I've been riding since I was 8 years old, so 12, almost 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why did you choose reining for your competition?
So I started off literally doing a little bit of everything from like 8 to 10 years old. I did 4-H with my little pony that I had. I even did the barrels and the poles. And then I switched divisions. I started doing I did the horsemanship. I did the English and Western trail. I did literally a little bit of everything, but I'd seen reining at a working cow horse show, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. And then when I was 13, that's when I really started doing that. And before college, I did the NRCHA, which is the National Rein Cow Horse Association. So I did the reining pattern like what we do here at school, but then we work a cow at the end, and then sometimes we have cutting as well, which is when you go into a herd and take the cow out of the herd, and you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get 3 cows out. And yeah, I love the cow part because you never know what to expect. It's always changing.
So when you first started riding, you were riding ponies?
Yeah.
And then, Have you ever ridden a donkey or a mule yet?
No, I haven't.
I was in a donkey basketball game one time, and so they
How
don't
did
even.
that work?
I'm that old. You don't even do that anymore. You're right. You had donkeys on basketball floors, and you would pass the ball, and you had to stay on your donkey, and you had to shoot from the donkey. It was it was very dangerous.
These were live donkeys?
Yeah.
Were you wearing a helmet?
No, and
Oh
I was
my
on the most
gosh.
rambunctious donkey out there. No.
That sounds a little dangerous.
I rode an elephant one time too in a circus, and they smell terrible.
You are
Oh
the most
my
interesting
gosh.
man in the
No,
world. I'll tell you
really.
what.
But it makes sense. When did you go from the pony to the horses?
When I was about 10 years old.
Yeah, just
When I
taller,
hit
you're
double
taller.
digits.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's when it happened. What horse has the biggest personality that you all have?
Oh, my gosh, that we have at school. Oh, boy. There were a couple that really stand out to me. I think Cobra has a really loud personality. I love him. But he's my favorite, so obviously I'm going to say him. I feel like Yeti also has a pretty loud personality. She can be a little spicy. Like, we play Black Betty whenever she goes out in the
I love
pen.
that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but she gets feisty. Like, her ears go back, and she's
Because of that song.
stomping. Yes,
and that's a
yes.
fast song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She goes with it, too.
Who resembles that personality the most on the team of those two? Of
Oh,
those two horses?
Stevie.
Stevie's sitting over there for people that can't see it.
Yeah, but Stevie loves Yeti, and it kind of matches.
It matches the vibe.
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
they match each other. They gel very well. Whenever I have problems with Yeti, I call Stevie.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
she has to come over
Yeah,
and
she
figure
does.
things out.
Yeah.
Okay, what horse does Cat resemble the most for
Ferrari.
personality? Ferrari?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ferrari can be spicy, and Dubby's very calm, majestic. He goes out there and he just jumps so perfectly. And she actually took him home this summer, and she did great work with him. He looked really good in our school.
When you say spicy, like how does that show itself? Being
Oh, just their personalities
stubborn,
come out.
or-
Stubborn. They'll
Yeah.
shake their heads when they're out there. They'll have a little extra pep in their step that day, you know? Yeah. That's what I mean by spicy.
Frappe was not like that whenever him and I had our ride.
Frappe was relaxed.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I remember watching that. I came out in a bald cap that day.
I
when you
know,
were
yeah.
out
I was
there.
very confused as to
Yeah.
what was happening.
Yeah.
It was Water Wars, right?
Oh, no. We like to play pranks on Coach Kim on our reining scrimmages.
Okay.
So that's what we did that day. Some girls wore wigs, and 3 of us had bald caps on. We have some loading for this year. We're going to continue
What's
it.
been your favorite prank?
Probably the bald cap one, or one day we said like a bunch of, we always have a team breakdown at the end of scrimmage, and one of them, we all said the most random things, like I was riding a horse that had one eye, so I said that I rode my other eyes close to see what he sees and to feel his balance. And then Kate Davis had said that she put her spur in between the 5th and 6th rib to help him pick up his belly. Another girl said that they massaged Shiner's tongue. Yeah, but she like, until that one, she was totally like, didn't catch on.
She was buying, yeah.
It was awesome. It was so much fun.
She was buying it the whole time.
Yeah.
And
I
just,
think
Again, if
she
you're
was,
just
at
joining
least.
us, that none of that actually happened.
Yeah.
It was a prank.
Yeah.
That was good.
no, it happened. It definitely happened. 100%. You open up the season here, tile defense this weekend against at South Dakota State and then Minnesota Crookston. Bussing up there.
Oh yeah, I have all my snacks ready. I bought a dog bed actually, so I make myself a little hammock.
Oh, that's
All
in the
right.
seat.
Good
Oh
thinking.
yeah.
Failing
yeah.
to prepare is preparing to fail, and you are prepared.
Oh yeah.
You're ready to succeed.
I am ready. I have a sleeping mask. I have melatonin. I have my coffee packed for when I wake up so I don't get a caffeine headache. I'm ready for this.
That's
Uh,
impressive.
you-
yeah.
You're ready to go.
I
That's
am-
what I'm talking
I'm
about.
really
Well, have you said
excited.
you're from Olympia, Washington?
Yes,
How long is
yes.
that drive to Martin?
It took us 37 hours to get
So
here.
you're much closer on this trip coming up.
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
That's a
Do
long
you drive it?
Oh, I fly now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
After we
No.
did that drive through 2 summers ago,
Yeah.
I won't do that.
I have a friend in Tacoma, and he makes
Oh,
that
really?
drive. Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
a long, long drive.
It is a very long drive. It was beautiful though. But I will say after like South Dakota, when you get out of the Black Hills and stuff, going through Kansas and Nebraska, that's a little rough.
There's absolutely
That was
nothing.
when I started realizing, like, I looked over at my dad. I was like, he's like, what are you getting yourself into? I was like, I don't know.
We're about to
don't know.
find
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
We're about to find
Did
out.
you visit Martin before you committed?
Yes,
Okay,
I had.
okay.
Yeah, but like we flew in and
Yeah.
hadn't been through the upper part, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this is different.
What is Martin similar to Olympia,
Much
Washington?
smaller.
Why did
much-
you?
Not at all.
Why did you?
No.
Actually,
decide-
I don't know if you
Oh.
could name 5 things that are the same. Maybe a McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's, Wendy's, Dairy Queen.
Yeah. You have Dairy Queens?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we do.
cool.
We don't have Zaxby's though, or Cookout. I had never had Cookout before coming here.
Yeah. And you do
And-
not have Woodfire, which is
No,
fantastic.
we don't have Woodfire.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
coming here, or I love going to Blake's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Crave. I
Yeah.
crave when I'm at home for the summer.
Oh, that's cool.
For sure.
Very good play on words.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, so you have, other than your coffee after you
Yeah.
wake up, what do you have planned other than to sleep on this trip?
Uh,
What have you all got planned?
homework. So sometimes we have this thing called Manic Bus, where we just all start singing and dancing up and down the bus aisle. I'm sure
Same
that's going to
song
happen.
or different songs?
Oh, different songs.
Oh,
It
Lord.
doesn't matter. Someone will yell out a song and we go with it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that's going to happen a couple times. And how long this is, we're all going to go stir crazy.
What happens
yeah.
when someone messes up the song though on the bus?
We just move on.
Do
It's
you
like
boo?
it's like a
Do you
mini
boo?
party. A little bit. Sometimes it depends.
Yeah, if it's a freshman, you don't want to hurt their feelings.
yeah, yeah.
What
yeah.
does
But
the-
if it was
what does-
Stevie, you would just let her have
Yeah,
it.
What does the
Stevie had
bus
to say.
driver do?
The bus driver, I don't really know. I usually sit more in the middle of the bus is where I get put,
Yeah.
so I don't really pay attention. I'm sure he's like, oh boy. I know they have
He just tries
headphones
to
on.
shut the window. Or,
He's just
yeah.
trying to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just get to my driver's stop and
Yeah.
then get off this bus right now.
Yeah.
That's
Get me away from these girls.
Don't
Yeah.
make me pull this bus over.
Yes,
No,
yes.
yeah. Okay, you get to ask a question for our next guest. This is our
Ooh.
final one for you. Ava Huntrods from soccer will be up
Yeah.
next. Your question for her.
Okay, I know she's not from here, so my question for her is, what's her favorite part about being here?
Okay. Favorite part about America.
Yeah.
We'll ask her that. Elise, thank you so
Awesome.
much for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks, show off the ring one more
Of
time
course.
for
Woo.
everybody. And yeah, thanks for coming on with us. Good
Thank
luck
you.
here in the season opener.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and take a break. Keep it right here, Skyhawk Sports Talk.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.
We're back here, Skyhawk Sports Talk. Davis Gregory with Chris Brinkley now joins from the UT Martin soccer team. Ava Huntrods
Hello.
joining us. Hello, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, if no one can notice, Ava, you are from London, England.
I am.
So you bring your accent over
I
here.
do bring an accent, yeah.
How often does your accent get made fun of at practice?
I actually think most people speak to me in their British accent. Like Addie only speaks to me in British accent, which is not very good to be honest.
Yeah,
but
they're all terrible.
Joelle last year, Stinson only spoke to me in British accent. Yeah, so quite a lot of it, but I don't even notice it anymore really.
So at what point it hasn't gotten annoying yet?
No, I don't. It doesn't really annoy me. I just think it's funny.
Is there anything that you've started saying in an American accent and you don't really mean
I've actually
to?
got quite a good American accent.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
let's
we
see.
hear some?
Can we hear?
Can you tell me like something to say and then I might be able to say it. If it's bad, really sorry.
I would like a cheese pizza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would like a cheese pizza.
Oh, that was good.
That was really good.
That was really good.
That was
No,
awesome.
it's I do some voiceover work, so I had to do a British accent
Okay, can you hear
yesterday.
it?
No, it was terrible.
No,
so
yeah,
Please,
no, we
please,
got
I've
it.
done it. You have to do it too.
I found an
Please.
app online where I
Okay.
can type in anything and it would give it. So I just repeated. It was.
Oh,
Now I'm
go
really
on,
nervous
go on,
now.
you can do it.
It was.
It's fine.
Where's your lost dog? No, that was terrible. I didn't know how to say dog.
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 So you wouldn't have go.
You-
Dog.
Just dog.
Dog.
Yeah, it's quite short.
Dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your lost dog? No.
Why is that what you're saying?
It was in a commercial.
Oh.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
say that. Say it like I should have said it. Where's the lost dog?
Where's the lost dog?
Where's the lost dog? We're done.
I think we're just getting started as actually what I
I
think.
liked the effort. Was good.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Would you help me next time?
Yeah, I'll give
Okay.
you some coaching.
We'll get it worked out. Okay. Well, UT Martin this past week picking up their first win, a
Yeah.
conference victory over
Yeah.
Lindenwood, 4-2. You scoring
I did.
in that match. How good did it feel to just go out there and start unleashing and putting some goals into the
It
back
was
of the net?
amazing because we haven't scored too much in preseason and in regular season, and then like to score 4 in that day was amazing. And I finally got to do my celebration.
What was it?
Cole Palmer.
Oh, who?
Cole Palmer.
Oh.
Chelsea.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah, it's amazing.
See, when you did that, I was thinking Trey Young. He
No,
plays for the Hawks.
Oh, I don't.
No.
What's the Hawks?
It's a
It's a
basketball
basketball
team, and
team.
he's a basketball
It's in
player.
Atlanta,
Well,
Yeah.
Georgia.
It's
lost in
okay.
translation there.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so
No,
it's
his
all right.
name. Yeah, never mind. I don't like him.
You don't want. Yeah, no. Chris is a
Just
fan.
go on.
Chris is a fan of the team that beat them in the playoffs.
Right,
and
yeah.
So he doesn't like Trey Young.
So show us your celebration, though.
It's just
I love it.
Because he's Cole Palmer and like
Oh,
Cole
my
Palmer.
God.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Nice. Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. So if you see me doing that, you should know. You can call that. Say,
Yeah.
oh my God, that's Ava's Cole Palmer.
Yeah,
celebration.
Well, see,
Cole
with
Palmer.
Trey Young, it's actually Ice Tray. That's what
Yeah.
it
Oh,
is.
that makes sense.
He
Yeah.
has a chain that has it's an ice tray.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Really
it's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. He's so much better than the Knicks. It's unbelievable.
Go on. with the
Anywho,
interview.
hey, let's get into English soccer. Who's your favorite club?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
How long have you been a fan?
Since I played for Chelsea when I was younger for
Wow.
the academy.
Yeah.
So I didn't really grow up with a team that I supported, but then I was there from like 10 to 18, so I was kind of adopted by it. And like a lot of my closest friends in the team were big Chelsea supporters, so I kind of just
So did you get to go to events then?
I did, yeah. We got like the women's game season tickets every year. And like we got to play on the women's pitch.
So what are those crowds like?
They're pretty good, getting bigger and bigger as well. Like the women's football, we call it football, in England is like massive now, and like Chelsea, arguably best club in the world, women's club.
And even here, you can watch them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What
Yeah.
time are most of the?
Pretty early. We have another girl in the team from England who's a big Liverpool supporter, and she gets up at like 6 a.m. to watch the games.
She's
right there.
Millie Perry is right
yeah, Millie
here.
Perry. Shout out Millie Perry. Yeah.
When has Chelsea played Liverpool this season?
Not yet.
When do they play?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh,
Oh, I
nice.
cannot hear you. Wow, that's
Hey,
crazy.
is Sunday at what time is this?
Yeah, what time? 10:30.
10 in the morning?
Yeah. Oh my God, we'll be away. We'll have to watch it at SEMO. Yeah.
So, all right, let's go ahead and let's make a bet here on this podcast. Whoever's team loses, they have to wear the opponent's jersey.
Do you even have one? What one should I wear? That's fine. Yeah, we'll. Okay. Oh no.
We're
No.
gonna do it. We're gonna do
We're
it.
expecting. My guess is 4-4. Big high scoring game.
Really?
Yeah, 4-4.
4-4. So what? In a tie, I guess there's nothing.
No.
Hey,
No,
we
in a
can't-
tie we can. What should we do if it's a draw? Both. Yeah. Next day we'll both. I'll wear Chelsea.
Okay,
She wears Liverpool.
that's fair.
Nice.
That's fair.
Okay.
We can. I'm glad that we got
I
that
can
worked
work
out.
with
What's
that.
your favorite chant? English soccer chant. English
I
football.
don't think I can say many of them.
Yeah, there's a
No.
couple out there that are
Yeah.
a little
Thank you.
that
Yeah,
have some expletives in them.
You haven't set me up well for that one. I don't know if I can. They all swear. Like, I literally can't see any of them. Like, they're all like very crude. Yeah.
Well,
so sorry about that.
that
You know
puts
what's
I
really
would.
cool about your accent? It's
What?
like your IQ is 240. Like I immediately believe you're the smartest person in this room by far.
I think it's because I've got like a. People say that I have a posh accent.
No.
Yeah.
a what?
Posh.
What
Posh.
does that mean?
I listen.
It's
You
kind of,
probably never heard of this.
Well spoken.
Yes, I
Yeah.
listen to. There's a radio show on the BBC called The Archers.
Yeah. Oh,
You
the
listen to The Archers?
My mum loves the Archers.
Oh, I listen to it.
What
I listen
just
to
happened?
I listen to the Archers omnibus.
Oh, it's just do you?
Yes.
That's just always on like
Yeah.
the theme song.
So it's a radio. Yeah, that's my favorite thing.
Oh.
So and I watch Downton Abbey. So I just don't really know anybody that I can discuss this
Yeah,
with.
you can discuss that with me. I haven't really listened. I don't like seek it out, but I will. My mum always has Radio 4 on, so I always hear the
Yeah.
Archers.
So the Archers, they have posh speakers. That
Yeah,
lady, she
they
owns
do.
a cricket team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this
Wow.
is great. Yeah, it's a small world.
That is the most excited I have seen Chris on the podcast.
I went to Disney World to Epcot and specifically went to England to ask them about the Archers, and no one had heard about it.
What? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It might
tell
be
your
quite
mom
niche.
this-
I
oh,
will.
yeah.
I'll tell you my mum that people know the Archers in
Yeah, okay.
America.
All right.
and tell her about Chris's accent.
I will.
It was,
yeah.
it was terrible.
It was so good. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
So put into perspective for us, because over here, American football is so
That
huge.
one?
Yes, that one. And we'll talk about that in a second. But can you put into perspective how big football, soccer is in England and that
Just
on
like
that side of the world?
biggest sport, like that's like everyone knows what's happening. It's like I'd say because aside from the US, it's the biggest sport in the world, and like the World Cup, the Euros, like the environment you get is just like amazing. It's like the Euros is like the European Championships. It's kind of like the Super Bowl, but like for like a month.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, and like you just like everyone has a team that they support, and like everyone really knows what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like that's things so many times we forget about. Oh my goodness, wait, soccer's
Soccer's
it's
massive.
huge.
Yeah.
It is such a huge game, and it spreads all over.
I guess it's the
all over
biggest
globe.
global sport in the world.
Yeah,
or the
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So let's go back to your first year here last season. You missed your freshman season due to injury. What's one lesson that you learned in that time?
I think in hindsight, I do try and say that I was actually grateful that it happened, because I think I learned so much from it. Like just like how much I can like work, and like that I can overcome things that are difficult. So I think that it really showed me how like welcoming and like supportive the team is, because I never felt isolated, which is like a worry that I had, because I tore my ACL in like the first captain's practice, so like I didn't really hadn't built any connections before I'd done it, and so that was kind of a worry for me. But everyone was so lovely, so supportive through the whole thing, and it kind of just made me feel so confident about the team and like about myself. So
Your parents in England, what do they do?
like what they work as?
Yeah.
Oh, my mum is she works in property management, and then she does like front of house in the Royal Opera House, which is like where they do ballet and opera.
Yeah.
wow.
And then my dad does marketing for like theatre. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So you've seen a lot of theater?
Yeah. I met Shrek once.
No.
In like not like the like
Mike
live
Myers?
Shrek. Yeah.
You met Mike Myers?
Yeah, I know, when I gave him a high five, it's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I saw Harry Potter had like a theatre version, and I went down the red carpet. It was sick. So.
Oh, that's
That
amazing.
is pretty cool. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Okay, if we went to England,
Yeah.
Chris and I got on a plane tomorrow, what would we have to see?
You would have to see. I think you should go to Stamford Bridge, which is the Chelsea Stadium. You should go on the London Eye, and I would take you to my favourite bridge, like over the river, which is the Albert Bridge, because it's just so pretty. And I think you would have to go to get a drink at the Royal Opera House with my mum, because I can go for free.
Oh.
It's got a really nice terrace which looks over like the whole of London.
Yeah.
So it's very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a connection. So
Exactly.
we're going to work this out.
Some of our roommates and like 7 of us are planning to go on a little Europe trip next summer.
Oh.
And Daksha, who's American, hasn't been to. Have you been to Europe? Oh, well, she hasn't been to most of these countries, so we're going to all of our like hometowns and gonna show everyone.
So
That-
where
that's
where
awesome.
all will you go then?
So we are planning to go to. We're seeing some artist called Olivia Dean in concert in Italy, and then we'll go to Manchester / Liverpool for Millie. We'll go to London. We'll go to Denmark probably. Planning on going to Portugal as well.
And you go by train or do you?
We'll probably fly. We could
Okay.
go by train,
Yeah.
but probably fly.
Yeah.
Just because it's a bit easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for people, when you go home and you tell people about Martin, how do you describe it? And if they were to visit, what would you tell them to see? This kind of goes with Elise's question of what have you liked about coming to America, coming to the States and being in Martin?
Yeah, I would say it's like very stereotypically American, like small town, like country, and like I tell people like, there's actually like cowboys here, like they're real. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And like it's a lot of like fried food, but like you really get like the southern culture of like everyone's super polite, everyone like holds doors and like calls you ma'am.
Yeah, and they say thank you, ma'am, sir.
Yeah.
Ma'am, sir.
It's really nice.
What was
That's, like, one of
something
my
you
favourite
thought
things
about
it.
the United States that was not true, or about
a
small town
great
United
question.
States? Yeah. No, it's not like that at all. Or was it all kind of what you knew? I feel like most people know more about the United States than the United States knows about them,
I would
because
agree with that,
we
yeah.
don't learn it in school. We don't really
Yeah.
make the effort to know.
Yeah, I think we learn we learn a lot more world history.
That's why I love the Archers, because I feel like it
You're
gives
really
me this
getting an insight
a
into
glimpse
English
into this
culture.
world. Even
Yeah.
though it's a radio soap opera,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
know.
like it tells me what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say there's anything that we is different? Oh my god, cars are massive and roads are massive. Oh my god, they're like my height. It's crazy because we don't have like the trucks at home.
Oh, I see.
So I stand next to it. It's like it's quite intimidating. First time I flew into Nashville, I was like, what's going on? There's so many cars and like driving through the city, like all the buildings are like massive, and I just felt that was actually quite like an alarming thing. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
as you like settle into it, and obviously Martin's very different from Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the cars, great shout out. Yeah.
No, that's good. I think sometimes it's too much.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best for the environment, really.
No. But some people in our area want loud
they do.
cars,
Yeah,
and
they
I don't.
do.
I don't.
Some
understand
people also
it.
don't want doors on their cars, which I think is slightly
The
dangerous.
Jeeps,
Yeah, the Jeeps.
Do you know about the Jeep Wave yet?
No.
Oh, if it's people when they drive a Jeep. Doctor knows when you drive a Jeep and you see another person who drives a Jeep, you give them a Jeep Wave.
Oh, wow.
And that's
Oh,
the
I
Jeep
didn't
Wave.
know that. I
Oh,
thought
they
you.
must feel so cool.
I thought you put a rubber ducky.
Yeah,
on
I've
there.
seen that.
No, yeah, no.
I don't know.
There are some people that do that.
I drive a small car.
Nice. Great. What do you drive?
Small car.
Yep, I drive.
I
Yep.
I don't drive. I can't drive.
Really?
No.
You could if
What do
you
you mean
wanted
you can't
to.
drive?
Like I don't have a license.
Okay. Did you have a license?
So I did like a few driving lessons, but like manual is just like
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
Like the clutch, like what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's a bit stressful.
Yeah,
Really.
a little bit. Okay, last one for you. American football.
Mm.
You've seen some UT Martin football games. You've been to some games. You've
Yeah.
probably watched some football.
I have.
What do you think?
I actually really enjoy it now.
Okay.
Like it's quite dramatic, but it makes you like really excited. Like, whoa, this is like a big deal. And I do enjoy watching it. A lot of the time, like I can't really see where the ball is, and I find that quite hard to follow. But like I think I know what's going on, and I do like it. I like the fireworks they had last game. That
Yes,
was really good.
yes.
Yeah. And it's like a whole experience when you go, which I think. I
Did
really
you
enjoy.
play any other sports? Cricket, lacrosse, anything?
I did netball.
I don't know what that is.
It's kind of like basketball. You don't.
Oh, I've
move.
seen that. Yeah,
Age
I've
goes.
seen. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that on ESPN three.
Is that insult?
Oh, yeah.
And I did some rowing.
Oh.
Yeah, not much, but I've done it.
More
In
difficult.
the Thames.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. This is
Wow.
it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know how to spell Thames?
Do you want to guess?
TIMBS.
Pretty far off there.
THAMES.
Well done.
The Archers.
I don't even know where to go. from
London
there.
trivia.
I mean, y'all are killing it. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are unstoppable. All right. Would you like an NFL team in London?
Yeah, I actually
It
would.
could happen,
Yeah,
right?
I think so. I think there's a possibility.
Maybe. I don't know if there's a massive NFL support in London, but that could be fun.
Did you ever play a board game called Scotland Yard? Have you ever seen that game?
No, but I
it's-
know what Scotland Yard is.
Okay.
All right.
I have never played the board game, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've never played a board
No,
game?
the board game.
Oh, the board
Yeah,
game.
I've
But you
definitely-
played Monopoly.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Final one.
Okay.
What is your favorite American sport? Football, baseball, basketball, volleyball, or pickleball?
Football.
Football.
Yeah. And then, I like them all. I really like going to all the sports we have here. Like, it's one of my favorite hobbies. But I think football, just because it's the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're bringing you to American football,
Yeah.
Ava, and then Chris and I are gonna go to England,
Yeah,
and
great.
we're going
I'll give
to.
you a tour.
Wait, you can give us a tour.
I just
Yeah.
want to meet your mom.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fellow
Really
Archer
nice.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all can bond.
It makes
to that.
sense, though, if she's in theater, she and your
Yeah,
dad, that they
exactly,
would definitely
yeah.
know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ava, thanks so much for joining us
Thank you
here.
for having me.
Big thanks to your crowd here,
Yeah, I know,
even for the
great.
person
Thanks
from
for the support,
Webb
guys.
over here. But you
Yeah.
know that's okay.
Had to have
That's
my
all
moral
right.
support.
Yes, they did great, and you did fantastic. So, Ava, thanks so
you.
much for coming on with
Thank you
us.
for having me.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk Podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.
Welcome back to Skyhawk Sports Talk. Davis Gregory with Chris Brinkley. Now joining us from the UT Martin Athletic Department, it is our boss and our athletic director, president, and you've also been the chairman as well. You've gone by a bunch of nicknames. Kurt McGuffin joins us here on Skyhawk Sports Talk. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Well, you can call me Mr. Chair or President
Yeah.
or Vice Chancellor, whatever you want to call me, Davis.
Whatever I want.
Because I call you names too.
Yeah. That is very true. It is very true. Well, again, thanks for joining us. Your 9th season here at UT Martin. And I mean, tons of success for this athletic program. I mean, not just on the field, but off the field as well. I mean, from your perspective, how have you seen, this athletic program grow from year one with you to now this year?
Well, I think some of it's, some conference, alignment stuff that maybe helped us some. When we first got here, I think our budget and our enrollment's one of the lower 2 or 3 in the league, and that changed with some realignment, but I've been very proud of, obviously, our student athletes and our coaches. They're the ones that make it happen. I don't call any plays. I just try to give them the resources to be successful. However, winning multiple sports, sometimes schools get known as this is a women's basketball school, and I think at times that probably was the case at Martin, but having football success, equestrian success, volleyball winning a championship, men's basketball winning one a couple of years ago, golf's won 2, that just makes you feel good about your athletic department, that you have good coaches and great athletes that want to win and wear rings and do the things they're supposed to do.
And you very similar to Coach McMillan, came into this community. You've been here long enough. You're now part of this community. Your kids all went to Westview, played sports. Your wife's heavily involved in what you've done. And I appreciate that. I want to say thank you.
Well, thank you. I think that's what we looked for.
Yeah.
When I looked at Martin, I go, that's what I grew up in, and probably smaller, and my wife definitely smaller in western Kansas. And we said, what a great opportunity, a Division I school in a town, similar to what we grew up in, so that you can watch your kids grow up, feel safe, them playing sports and do everything they have, and when they were in K-12. And that's what we looked for in Martin, and we've enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, and it's been a big thing for getting the students out in community service. Over 5,400 hours this past year, which was the most in school history. And why is it so important to get, obviously, it's very important, but the meaning of getting these student athletes and coaches and us here on the staff in front of our fans, in front of this community, and making ourselves known.
I think it's even more important now because the transfer portal and some of the things where, you had 30 football kids leave or 11 basketballs. And I think the transfer portal, people in a smaller community want to get to know the kids and coaches, and they want to see. And if we don't do that, they're going to pick some other entertainment value, whether it's the local high school or something else. And if we don't do the things that like that, and I don't think maybe our student athletes don't realize that's why we're doing it, so people come to your games and we keep the connection, because it's easy to lose that connection if you just hole up and be a silo, put the walls up around UT Martin. So we've got to do even probably a better job of that this year, and that's why you're seeing the car lines and things that the local high school does. We got to do it too, and get our kids' names out there again, because it's going to be very, very difficult with the transfer portal to have the 5-year athlete anymore.
Kurt, what I think I saw our community involvement with student athletes, the town-gown relationship pre-COVID, and then COVID kind of changed everything nationally. And then I realized the absence of this makes a big difference. And now we're getting to see it again. And I think I appreciate it more than I did in 2018.
Yeah, and I think, we're affordable to come to our games.
Yeah.
We never charged for anything but football and basketball and a little bit of volleyball for previous to COVID. And then the last year we've charged a little bit, but it's $5 to come to a baseball game if you're in the town. Yeah. It's $7. It's $7 to go to a high school soccer game.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
So we're not trying to make money. We're just trying to keep the expenses down a little bit. If we can make enough to pay for officials, that's great. But, we think we're affordable, and we think we're a good value when people come to our games. And this weekend was a big test of that. I think we did one of our biggest single game ticket sales in the history, over $16,000 in tickets that people came. And I think it was one of the, especially since I've been here, probably one of the top 3 atmospheres we've had at a game, was Saturday night.
It surprised me, again, because our football team had struggled a little bit. We'd only had one home game, but then, you see this crowd. What happened?
I think it was a combination of, great work, collaboration from across campus with John Abel's group, and the family weekends, always one of our better games, but that was probably the best of the family weekends that I've attended. I think football, Lennon, their recruiting coordinator, just did a great job of getting potential recruits in there and their families. I think obviously the SEMO UT Martin rivalry helped with that they wanted to go to that game, and that just kind of exploded on us. And then you add fireworks and then under the lights, and we score right away, so it made the game
Great
instantly
weather.
exciting.
Yeah.
It wasn't a 0-0 first quarter, and you're like, oh, let's go somewhere else. So I think it was a culmination of things, and it made you think, what else can we do to get those people back?
Yeah.
You know, is it fireworks after the touchdowns? I'm already looking into that. Is it things that we can do?
Hey, all these different things. But, I mean, what a crowd, though. Absolutely great that even standing out there for Squawk Talk. I mean, the atmosphere was great, getting Dresser back and all of those things. And it was a real testament to, I mean, this community, what that can be every week. That could be the best home field advantage in this entire conference, and then change that over to then go into men's basketball and then baseball and softball and so on and so forth, women's basketball and all these different sports. I mean, this could be an incredible atmosphere with this community rallying around its teams.
Yeah, I agree. I think when we see Hardy Graham's north two sections on the home side full, you know it's going to be a pretty good experience thing because they were louder than normal.
Yeah.
And I think again some of that's night, some of it's fireworks, some of it's play. The first 2 minutes or 3 minutes, we're up 14-0 over probably our biggest rival in the conference, and it just feeds.
And Coach Simpson said it made a difference in the game. It's definitely going to make a difference with the impact it has on those recruits, which could make a difference next season.
Yep, I agree, and I agree with you, Davis. If we can get people seeing that atmosphere and it carries over to winter sports and other sports, it's this, and we did our job, and they won the game. You know, because you're right, Chris. When you see an 0-4 team and a 1-3 team playing against each other, well, who's going to come to that? Yeah. Usually, you get the worst set of officials because it's the bottom game. But it wasn't like that. It was a great atmosphere for us.
Yeah, fans cheering too. I mean, everyone was going crazy. And it's fun when you're able to be in that atmosphere. For anyone that's wondering about coming to a game, when you get in an atmosphere and people are cheering around you and it's a fun time, it really is a great experience. You want to keep coming back to that because of the community and everybody around you.
And it's good family fun. I remember the games years ago when Ty was 8 and Emma and Graham and the kids were out there playing football in front of the building. But it's good for the whole family, it's a safe environment.
Yeah, and I think homecoming is going to be as good a crowd or better.
Definitely.
We've already made some decisions to open up the old Grove where the old apartments were, to have some tailgates over there and open up that side for entry. So we're thinking there's going to be a pretty good crowd for homecoming as well, and it's always a good crowd. But I think it's good, you know, to have that, and we need to just have every game that way.
Yeah. In the classroom, the athletic department, they've achieved at least a 3.20 GPA for 11 consecutive semesters. Corbin is excited about that. He's fired up. Capped off by a 3.37 GPA in the spring term this past term. You had Izzy Patterson, Jonathan Zoenis being named OVC Scholar Athletes, highest individual honor that a student athlete can get in this conference. How important, how awesome is that to see then for our student athletes to not just succeed then on the field, but go in there, get their degrees, get their education, and succeed at it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the first things. If I would say I'm probably more proud of anything that we've done in my tenure, you know, my first semester here, our student athletes got a 2.76 GPA, you know, as an average. And to get where we've been, it took some investment because when I got here, we had a half-time academic advisor for just athletics, and now we've added to that staff. And Corbin is a big part of it. I'm not going to give him that much credit, but he's pretty good. He's pretty good. But, you know, Emily Ann Sparks and Ashley Bynum and the ones that keep our kids on track, get them in the right classes, get them a tutor when they need to. We didn't have that. And it's the growth of the athletic department, too, I think, a little bit. But to be where we've been with the graduation success rates we've had, the GPAs, great student athletes, because we've gone from 330 student athletes in 17 to 472 student athletes. We've added student athletes to this, and you'd think, well, the percentage is probably going to say we're going to go down in GPAs, but it continues to get better and better. And, you know, it's good to see the athletes perform in the classroom, and I think that's a lot of what that group has worked on. There's constantly kids in their offices, and I think some of that's the one-on-one time. Gone is the study hall where you've got 60 guys in a room and nothing's getting done, let's face it, but it's more interaction with those advisors to keep them on track.
And I would almost say now with a lot of online classes, it's almost more important because they don't have as much FaceTime with their instructors.
Yeah, I think another thing, COVID, but online is important to UT Martin because we were one of the first in the state, and we have a lot of online programs, and some of our kids love online. Some of them can do it, and some of them can't.
And the ones who struggle need an advisor that's handy that can help them in that moment.
Because the kid struggles to open up and check in online when our advisors can look and see if they've checked in online.
That's right.
Guess what? We can do that. But I think they've done a good job with that.
Recently appointed the Division I Football Championship Subdivision Athletic Directors Association President. That is a mouthful, but congratulations on that for this 25-26 season. What are the details there of that job?
Take a lot of shots. No, I think I think this is different. I had a great interview today with Laurel Wynn, Dresser's sister. She's doing a thesis on the governance structure of the NCAA, and she saw that I was doing that, and we had a great conversation. So it's a little different. I'd spent 5 years on 2 NCAA committees, women's basketball and softball. This is not an NCAA committee. This is through NACTA, and NACTA is the National Association of Collegiate Directors of Athletics. So it's separate from the NCAA, and our goal and our mission is to protect FCS football. And there's been a lot of work before me with people that have been in this role in their executive committee to really protect FCS football, that we should be a part of this structure, this how we vote on things. Because I think some of the worry that we have is we're going to lose a voice, and that the autonomy four, the big four, the power four, whatever you want to say, and then the other 6 conferences that play FCS football, are going to do legislation that maybe doesn't fit us. Like there's some legislation out there that could make all of December a dead period. That doesn't help us because we rely on a lot of transfers, mid-year transfers. Jason's always done that. So we hope that there's a voice and to keep it relevant. And I think we're going to have a lot of meetings this year. And I think it's a good twist for me of getting away from the softball committee and the basketball committee to focus in on some governance stuff for
I'm sure those committees help prepare you for this.
For this, yeah, definitely, and just the connection with people and all that, and like I said, Tom Michael, the AD at Eastern Illinois, has sat in that role before, and he's helped me a lot. And guys like Mark Benson, who's at Albany State, those are good guys that have really pushed what we need to get done to keep FCS football a part of the NCAA, as part of a voice in the legislation of it.
Quickly tell me, the NCAA, a lot of changes in the last several years, a lot of uncertainty. Give me a couple of reasons to be really optimistic.
Well, I think one is, hopefully the settlements, the lawsuits have died down, and that's part of the settlement. We're not going to do this anymore. That, there's a hurt to us, and that there's some distribution from the NCAA that would be taken from us because we're a part of the settlement. But I hope that dies down and that we focus back on what NCAA is about, graduating our kids and giving them an opportunity to play sports. And I think some of the NCAA's governance structure, having the student athletes on these committees, if you guys know me, I'm a less is more guy. I don't need big committees. I don't want a lot of committees. I want short meetings. Let's get stuff done and get to it. That's kind of what the NCAA has done, where they've eliminated a lot of committees, for instance, and these committees are sports committees instead of like mine that I was on more of a championship committee. We would select the seeds, select the teams, seed them, and put a bracket together and run the tournament. So now there's sports committees. And so you have the 10, like my committee, and then you add 4 student athletes. You add the rules editor, the head of officials, an FAR, and another one, I can't remember. So you have 18 people on these sports committees that are working on legislation, student athlete experience, as well as the championship. So I think that I think it will streamline it and make it better. And so I think there is some really good things that this change that the NCAA has made will be good. Yeah. Now, some of the bad things are, that those Autonomy 4 conferences get 4 votes to R1. Yeah. And that's what worries you about some legislation stuff. And that doesn't really, they don't think about the school with the $15 million budget when they've got, the budgets and what's the implications to us. So we got to watch some of that. But I'm feel like there is a path for the NCAA, and I think it's I wouldn't say it's extra strong, but in a great situation. But I think it's heading in the right direction.
I have one more question, Davis. Then
go.
You've made me optimistic, and you're right. If you focus on allowing them to have the college experience as a student athlete and them getting a degree, you're focusing on the right thing. My question to you: you've been in athletics since when? What was your first job after graduation?
My first job was in 1997.
Since 97, a long time, and that's about how long I've been in it. Has the student athlete changed? Because we want the same thing for the student athlete that we wanted in 1997, but has the student athlete changed?
Well, obviously, name, image, and likeness has changed the student athlete experience. So,
yes.
I think the transfer portal has changed the student athlete experience.
True.
So,
Yeah.
has the student athlete changed? I think there's been, not necessarily. I think there's still the majority of student athletes are in it the way we see it. Whether you're Division III, junior college, our level, they still want a degree and they want the opportunity to play their sport.
Mm-hmm.
I think some things have changed just culturally, and mental health has become a bigger factor, and that's why they're on these committees, because that's what they push for, and they need to have a voice.
Yeah.
I think nutrition and that stuff, parental involvement's probably always been there. I think it's more since I've been the AD, the last 15 years being an AD. I probably didn't see it when I was an assistant or associate AD, but
more parental involvement now.
More parental involvement now.
Okay.
That the parents feel the need to call in and go directly to the AD or the chancellor of the school instead of go through protocols. But that's okay. I mean that's different probably than it was 15, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with softball and that committee, how was that experience for these past couple of years? You're on TV. We see you on the big screen and talking about.
Well, I thought I had one on Ty Simpson until he got interviewed by Holly Rowe Saturday. So I guess I'm not the only one from Martin. Maybe there's been more. No, I enjoyed every minute of those committees because you get to see everything and you get to make the decisions. And I think that's fun. And I loved being in the room. That's kind of what I liked, is argue why a team needs to be in and where to seed them, and that's fun work. That's fun work. And then working the tournament. I think people think you're on the committee and you just get to travel and go watch. No, we're working. We're assigned,
not glamorous.
We're assigned a team. Up till 2 a.m. texting their ops person, when are you going to be here? But it's a lot of work. And being the chair was, I like that. Control the room. This is part of it, but also when you're at the tournament, you're dealing with meteorologists, you're dealing with this and this, and it's a lot of work, but it's so rewarding because the banquets that you do with the student athletes, it's no different than here when you see success. When you see a kid like equestrian with their championship rings Saturday hand those out, that's what you want to see. And you see those kids at the highest level of their sport, and their coaches, they act different on TV than they are in person, so it was real rewarding. And women's basketball was fun as well, but that was one of those years was COVID. I spent 30 days in a hotel room in San Antonio running a tournament. That was tough, but those are good experiences. And I try to tell our staff, we've tried to get Ashley Bynum on some NCAA committees and other, getting people to NACTA and their professional development's important if they want to move on and up. And that's a big part of it. I'm not doing it for myself, but also you want to be involved with it and get connections and networks.
Yeah, I've got one here. So of all the OVC athletic directors, if there was an Olympics, who would win the Olympics and who would win at what sports?
That's tough.
Well, I don't know. I think I win the most events. I don't win basketball because Tom Michael's 6'9" and Brady Barkey's 6'8". Those are some big guys. Now I'm probably not going to win. Jason Coomer played, I think, college tennis. So there's some sports, but depends on what the Olympic sports are.
Okay. Do you have him beaten like the 100-meter dash?
I think I win that.
Well, you ran.
Swimming.
Did you run track? Or?
I ran track.
Yeah, he ran track.
Yeah.
So
Swimming?
he wins that.
I'm gonna sink in swimming. If there is a triathlon, I win the running and die in the biking and the swimming.
They have floaties.
I am great at my backyard pool floating.
Yeah,
I am a gold medal floater.
Now that is one that I want to see be an Olympic sport. Everyone asks if you could come up with any Olympic sport, floating.
I will win that, and I will win a pace-off on the football side.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
I can pace off. I can probably be,
and at basketball
maybe
games
not Lou
too.
Holtz, but I can win a pace-off.
You can win them at basketball games.
Is
too.
there anywhere in your
Yes.
house where the floor is worn where you pace?
Probably when I'm on the phone for a big issue. You know,
Okay.
when Kevin McMillan calls me at 10 o'clock, I know there's a big issue.
Definitely.
Oh my goodness. Well, I was going to ask Coach Simpson's question, but I mean,
He had two questions.
yeah, one was the schedule for next year. He was wondering what that was, and then the other one was he was wanting to know about an indoor facility.
Yeah. Colin Hatch is working really hard on that indoor facility for me. He knows that's a priority.
Yep.
And I think he said he needed to meet his goals this year, and that
Yep.
was the one he wanted to meet first. So I would tell Jason Simpson to talk to Colin.
Yep.
And yeah, so let's do that one. What was the other one?
Schedule.
The
yeah.
schedule. Football schedule?
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
For next year.
Football schedule is a little goofy right now because, you know, you lose Tennessee Tech. Well, one, the NCAA allows FCS to play 12 games from here on out. It used to be you play 12 and then 3 years of 11. So we can play 12 games from here on out. So you open up that game, which was voted on in June, and then you open up the Tennessee Tech game. So we need 2 games to get to 12. You know, we already have 2 FBS games next year in West Virginia and Memphis. We already have Central Arkansas scheduled for that 0-week game that they opened up. You know, which they opened up the 0-week game, which FBS teams can't play the 0-week like we can, so we got to move some FCS around. So I am looking at 2 games. We have a offer out to one team that I think will schedule them, and then we'll see what the next 30 days holds for UT Martin.
Does our success on the football field with the championships help us schedule, or does it make it more difficult?
You know, what's good about Martin is that we can get to a lot of places. And this year was so, you know, I'll take a bad schedule year for me this year as far as maybe not knowing that SIU would be that good. Of course, when you schedule Missouri State, their FCS, we had a clause in there if they were to go FBS, they owe us money. So we really played 3 FBS schools and got paid. You know, we have $1 million coming in. But it's difficult. It was very, very difficult schedule, and we knew that. Trying to maybe, I'm not saying soften it. We're not. The OVC voted to allow us to play non-D1 one game for the next 2 years. We're not going to go that route. We're not going to have a D2 come in and play. We're going to try to maybe, for the first time ever, buy an FCS team to come in just because I can't really return the game for a while because I've already filled the next 3 years schedules. So we're going to look at that and then try to get a home and home with somebody else, or see, we may play 11 too.
Yeah.
You know, just because you can.
Yeah. I don't think anybody realizes how difficult that is to schedule.
Yeah, it's a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
It is. And again, Tennessee Tech's opening up. The 0-week opened up. When you're done, see, I had schedules done through 2030. And now you're opening up a game each year. Central Arc helped fill that. It's a 4-game series, so that filled a lot of the years other than next year. So we've got a little work to do there.
All right, last one for you. Who's the best golfer in the athletic department?
Better be Austin.
Well,
Not including Austin.
I think Bill White's pretty good.
Okay.
Baseball assistant coach. He hits it. The first time I took him out to Persimmon, he hit it off the road behind one, so he can hit
Dang it, Bill.
He can hit it. You know,
Behind one at Persimmon Hills?
yeah, he can hit it.
On the drive?
Yeah.
From the back tee?
That's 300 something, right?
Yeah, he can hit it that.
Okay.
You know, my other scramble partners that I've played with this year, they need to get with Austin.
Okay.
And
I did. I got with Coach,
in a
yeah.
nice way.
I'll take one of their spots. I'll do it.
Davis.
I'll do it. Did you see my swing?
If we had an Olympics, now here's my question to you. If we had an Olympics and athletic department administrative employees, including you, where would you place?
Where would I place?
Yes.
In what sport? All of it?
Goodness.
Dave's got a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
He's got
I mean, pickleball.
Confidence and potential are different things, Chris.
Pickleball, I'm finishing second behind Jody Duncan. Jody's really good
Second?
at pickleball. Jody's so good.
No,
Jody's
I'm
amazing.
not. I'm not disputing that part of it.
You're disputing me finishing it? Chris.
I will take on Jody in any sport, and she knows it, except bass fishing. Except bass fishing.
I tell you what, Kurt and I will take on you and Jody, and we'll wax you any day. Can you play?
Bull
Are you any good at
I'll
that?
figure it out.
Okay.
I was a tennis player.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I called it.
So I don't hear bronze medal in your future.
I hear the nice ring of gold in my ears right now. That's what I'm hearing. Any comment? Anything?
No, Jake Davis. The only gold you're going to get is in an OVC championship ring from somebody else, and that's cubic zirconium.
And I will take what I can get. Kurt, thanks so much for your time here with us today. We will take a break here. Skyhawk Sports Talk.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.
That'll do it for another episode from the Level Up Arcade Bar here at Woodfire Pizza Kitchen. Davis, Gregory, Chris Brinkley, Coach Simpson in a good mood. Yeah. Kurt cracking some jokes on here as well. Elise showing off the ring. And Ava is going to give us the grand tour of England.
Yes. And on at least one time on every episode, I challenge you to pickleball.
I know, and you're just not about that action.
It's going to happen.
Chris,
it's gonna
don't want this smoke.
Actually, you just challenge everybody. You challenge Coach Simpson. You challenge Kurt. You challenge me. You gave Jody nice praise over there. But
Jody's so good.
Yeah.
Jody's really good.
It's going to happen at some point.
I just can't wait for my match with Coach Simpson and miking us both up and being able to play that. That's going to be awesome. Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you've made it this far in the episode, again, thank you all so much for tuning in with us. Big thanks to the great staff here at Woodfire Pizza Kitchen. Had a great crowd tonight. They did a tremendous job serving everybody, and we really appreciate them and their help. Big week at Skyhawk Athletics. Make sure to come out. Volleyball Tuesday night and football on the road and so many other athletic events going on around campus, Chris.
Yep, go to utmsports.com, click on the calendar, and see all of it.
Yep, and for Chris Brinkley and myself, Davis Gregory, all of our great guests today, we say God bless here from Woodfire Pizza Kitchen.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.